Hey everyone, Arfan here. Listen, we're all about to embark on a magical journey together. A journey filled with tiny toilets, questionable smells, and enough parental anxiety to fuel a small country. Yes, my friends, we're talking about potty training. Look, I get it. You're busy. You've got work, maybe other tiny humans running around, and the last thing you need is one more thing to add to your already overflowing plate. But here's the thing. Potty training doesn't have to be a complete dumpster fire. Seriously, in this video we're going to break down this momentous occasion into manageable, bite-sized pieces. We'll cover everything from knowing when your kid is ready, hint, it's not when they start quoting Shakespeare, to setting up the perfect potty training environment. Spoiler alert, it involves wine, for you. We'll even tackle those inevitable accidents with grace, humor, and maybe a hazmat suit. Okay, maybe not the suit, but you get the idea. Alright, before we unleash your little cherub on an unsuspecting toilet, let's make sure they're actually, ready. Forcing a child who's not there yet is like trying to teach a goldfish to play the tuba. Messy, frustrating, and ultimately pointless. So, how do you know if your little one is showing those magical signs of potty training readiness? First, they should be able to stay dry for longer periods like 2 hours or more. If they're basically a walking, talking water fountain, maybe hold off a bit. Next, they need to be aware of their, output. This means recognizing when they're going and even telling you about it, ideally not after the fact. And finally, they need to actually want to use the potty. You can't force excitement, people. Trust me, I've tried. Once you've determined that your child is ready, it's time to gather your arsenal of potty training essentials. First and foremost, you'll need a potty chair, and not just any potty chair. One that speaks to your child's soul. Okay, maybe not that deep, but at least one they find comfortable and appealing. Now, let's talk rewards. We're not talking about a brand new car here. A small toy, a sticker chart, or even just some enthusiastic praise can work wonders. Remember, we're aiming for positive reinforcement, not a bribe that'll land you on a watch list. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, you need to create a positive and supportive environment. This means no pressure, no punishment, and a whole lot of patience. Remember, your child is learning a brand new skill, and it's going to take time, effort, and probably a few gallons of disinfectant, but trust me, it's all worth it in the end, especially when you can finally say goodbye to those diaper blowouts. Those were not my finest hour. Okay, so you've got the potty, you've got the positive attitude, you've mentally prepared yourself for the inevitable messes, but you're busy, you've got things to do, places to be, deadlines to meet. How are you supposed to squeeze in potty training sessions between conference calls and grocery runs? Don't worry, my friend, I've got you covered. We're about to dive into some potty training hacks, specifically designed for busy parents. These are the kind of time-saving, sanity-preserving tips they don't teach you in parenting books. First up, embrace the power of the quick potty break. Instead of lengthy, drawn-out potty sessions, aim for short and sweet visits throughout the day. Think of it like speed dating for your child and the porcelain throne. Next, visual timers and charts are your new best friends. Kids respond well to visuals, so use a timer to set short intervals for potty breaks, and track their progress with a fun chart. Remember those star charts from grade school? It's like that, but instead of gold stars, they get to pee in a designated bowl. And of course, we can't forget about the power of positive reinforcement. Celebrate every little victory, no matter how small. Did your child sit on the potty for a whole minute without trying to escape? Cue the confetti cannon. Disclaimer. Please don't actually use a confetti cannon. Cleaning that up is not on our potty training bingo card. Remember, consistency is key. Even if you're short on time, try to stick to a regular potty schedule as much as possible. This will help your child develop a routine and make the transition smoother. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room, or rather, the puddle on the floor. Accidents. They're going to happen. It's like expecting a unicorn to fart rainbows. Statistically improbable, yet somehow inevitable. But before you start stocking up on industrial-strength cleaning supplies, remember this. Accidents are not failures. They're simply part of the learning process. Think of them as opportunities for growth, both for your child and your stain-removing skills. Now, while we can't completely eliminate accidents, we're not miracle workers, people, we can certainly minimize them. One way to do this is by identifying potential triggers. Does your child tend to have accidents when they're engrossed in an activity? Do they forget to go when they're overly excited? Once you know the triggers, you can anticipate them and hopefully prevent some accidents before they even happen. Of course, even with the best laid plans, accidents will still occur. And when they do, it's important to handle them with grace, humor, and a whole lot of paper towels. Resist the urge to yell, scold, or make your child feel bad. Remember, they're still learning, and accidents are just a part of the process. Instead, focus on cleaning up the mess quickly and efficiently. Keep a stash of cleaning supplies readily available, because let's face it, you're going to need them. Congratulations, my friend. You've navigated the treacherous waters of potty training and emerged victorious, or at least, semi-victorious. There may have been tears, mostly yours, let's be honest. There may have been tantrums, definitely your child's. And there may have been enough laundry to clothe a small army. But you did it! Now, before you go planning that celebratory trip to Disneyland, because let's face it, you deserve it, let's talk about how to end this potty training journey on a high note. First and foremost, celebrate every milestone, no matter how small. Did your child successfully use the potty for a whole day? Break out the party hats? Did they stay dry throughout the night? Time for a celebratory dance party. Bonus points if you can incorporate the potty dance into your routine. Remember, potty training is a marathon, not a sprint. There will be setbacks, there will be accidents, and there will be moments when you question your sanity. But with patience, perseverance, and maybe a little bit of wine, you will get through it. And finally, remember that every child is different. What works for one child may not work for another. So, don't be afraid to experiment, to adapt, and to find what works best for your little one. Well, there you have it, folks. Potty training in a nutshell, or should I say a potty. Get it? Because we're talking about potties, I'll see myself out. In all seriousness, you've got this. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. Every parent goes through it, and most of us come out the other side relatively unscathed. And hey, if all else fails, there's always duct tape and adult diapers. Just kidding. Or am I? In all seriousness, be patient, be consistent, and don't forget to breathe. You've got this, parents. Now go forth and conquer those potties. And by conquer, I mean gently encourage your child to use them appropriately. Unless you're talking about conquering that mountain of laundry, then by all means unleash your inner warrior.